Going on, YouTube? Smoking my bent bully Meerschaum. Smoking a little bit of Christmas cheer. Wanted to mix it up today. Between this one in my cabinet in my cellar, and that would be a good one. I had a Scudo earlier. I think I like a Scudo better. I'm drinking some Sour Mash Kirkland Tennessee whiskey. This stuff is pretty damn good. I like it for sipping. It's a little bit on the sweeter side of whiskeys. It's delicious. Anyhow, just saw Ethan's video over at Parsimonious Piper, and it's been a while since I joined in any challenges or YTPC involved videos. So this one sounded fun, and it's actually 4 for 4 from Chad's video over at Yardism. And I'm just going to jump into it. So, number 1, a song that blew you away the first time you heard it. And okay, so for all of these answers, they could have went so many different ways. They could have went in many different directions, and they could have took me down these tangents, nostalgic, rabbit holes. But I'm going to go with what I wrote in my eclectic background of music collection. So number 1, the song that blew me away the first time I heard it, I'm gonna have to go with Queen, Play the Game. Till today, my number 1 favorite song of all time from a favorite band. And I remember listening to it and hearing kind of that 80s influenced synth sound, but with Brian May's Red Special. When I heard the solo, that is what really got my attention. That was probably the first time that I really heard a song and felt just like this real, like a visceral reaction. I felt it, and I was like, whoa, what is that? And the solo is not that long, it's not that complicated, but it is just filled with the most heartfelt emotion that I thought could possibly be done at that time. And ever since then I was hooked. So, number 2, 2 albums. I wrote these down because I wasn't going to remember. 2 albums that introduced me to a whole new world of music. Number 1, I'm going to go with Sublime, with their name, their album, Sublime. And a funny story, that was the first time I ever heard anything in like kind of that reggae rock or ska genre. And I was playing out in the yard. I think I must have been like 5th or 6th grade, and I was playing football with my buddy in the yard, and we're messing around outside, and we went to the mailbox. I saw something shimmering, and there was a CD on top of the mailbox, and it was face up. It was scratched to all hell, and it was blank. There was nothing written on it. No, actually, it was just Sublime. It was the name of the album. It was a burnt CD. So I took it home, and I was like, ow. I mean, I lived right there, so we ran to the garage, and I was like, what the heck? Let's put it in my mom's boombox, and the thing played. No skips, no jumps, no bumps, nothing. It played, and Santeria was the first song, and I turned out and I was like, whoa, my ears pricked up. I was like, what is that? I was like, that is cool. And admittedly, I didn't explore that genre even till this day. Really don't know anything about it, but that was the first time, and I was trying to write down the lyrics. This was before Google what it is today, so I was trying to write down the lyrics, and I'm trying to think, okay, what is this? How do I find out what song this is? And then eventually I found out who they were, what kind of music they made. That's about as far as I got with that. But till today, one of my go-to songs when I'm just jamming out. cleaning, whatever, drinking, you name it. And the other album, uh, different genre, hip hop, rap, is The Carter 2 by Lil Wayne. My buddy was super into hip hop, and at this point I was in high school, and I wasn't really into it. I knew like Dr. Dre and Eminem, and those were kind of the big names, at that period. And this must have been 2007, 2006-ish. And so he was into all hip hop, underground, mainstream, rap, like different regional, East Coast, West Coast, stuff coming out of Atlanta, like whatever it was. He was like an encyclopedia. Anyway, he was he was looking for something to play, and just put on Lil Wayne, Mr. Postman, which was sampled from the Marvelettes' Mr. Postman, this song you're probably familiar with. And he usually liked a little bit grungier rap, harder rap, hardcore, gangster rap, stuff like that. So he was just putting on for noise while he was looking for his next, cue. And I'm like, oh, dude, I like that. And I was like, who is this? And he was like, oh, this is Lil Wayne. And I was like, okay. And that was probably the first time that I had this real deep appreciation for rap, and kind of the idea of rap or a spoken word mixed with samples of oldies, which I love. That was kind of the crossover. Not really a crossover, but I like that genre. So kind of soft rap, instrumentals, piano. And I don't know what the genre is for this, so I'm sorry. But like piano, guitar, kind of softer side, and not so much the hardcore stuff. I mean, I like some of it and listen to it and have my artist, whatever. But the Carter 2, that album, I got that album because of that song, and then really got into Lil Wayne and the kind of that genre inside of music. So it kind of fits in with another prompt here, but I'm going to go with that. So those two albums, Sublime and The Carter 2. Okay, number three bands that I associate with my youth. The Killers, which I found when I was in high school, probably about 9th grade, 8th grade going to 9th grade. And they were on the radio, and I liked more of that rock sound. The other one I think a lot of youth is Tenacious D, Jack Black and Kyle Gass. And I knew who they were, and they were the first album I bought with explicit lyrics warnings, so I thought that was cool, and I thought it was being like sneaky. And that was on a football trip. We actually went to Seattle to do an exhibition game. We played at Bothell High School, and we went to one of the big malls and went to a Spencer's, and I saw Tenacious D, and I was like, oh, I heard a couple of their songs, but I want to buy this album, and I bought it. And that was my intro to Jack Black and Kyle Gass. So I love them till today. And 3, not so much a band, but an artist, Tech Nine, Aaron Yates, I think is his real name. Yeah, he was, I found a song on a mixtape CD, burned CD, that one of my buddies had when we were going to a football practice, and it was kind of like southern hardcore rap stuff on that album, and T9X popped on. This is a Tech Nine Experience, and this is like a love ballad to all these different types of drugs, and something I thought was horrible at the time, but it sounded phenomenal. He dropped the pitch and slowed down his voice, and it's really deep, robotic, and just his pace, and it was so different from who he is as an artist. He did do kind of a rebranding in the 90s when he was making it. So Tech Nine, if you're familiar with him now, I think he's from Kansas, Missouri. He's a very staccato, very fast, and outrageous lyricist. Each album he puts out is, lately in these last like 4 of them, have been like double features. There's like 2 CDs. Each CD has, well, each album has like 24 to 25 songs. Each song is like 3 minutes of like the fastest rap. Um, and it's all different. Everything he comes out with, his content is never stifled, and he always amazed me. And I would have to say he's probably my favorite hip hop artist. And so he was the third group or artist I associate with my youth. And number 4, this one was hard. I had to kind of think about it. It's one of those prompts too where I could have went different ways depending on how you interpret it. But anyway, it was 4 albums that turned me into a fan of the band's music. Number 1, Houses of the Holy. Now, Led Zeppelin, we grew up with a very eclectic background. My dad had a lot of different music. So we grew up with 60s, 70s, 80s, and different genres. Country, rock, classic rock, 80s pop, and 90s country. So we had kind of this huge, broad background. And anyway, I knew Led Zeppelin and I knew they're like big hits, but I remember I wanted to learn more about them. And I must have been, I think I was about 7th or 8th grade. I walked to the Walmart and said, I'm going to buy me a Led Zeppelin CD. So I saved up and I bought Houses of the Holy. It was the first one I saw. And I was going through and I was listening to it back before MP3s, well, before I had an MP3. I was listening to the CD in the garage, and Jamaica came on. A lot of people pronounce it Dire Maker, but it's Jamaica, and it's like a pseudo reggae, and that was another song that you just felt and it instantly clicked. It's kind of like being in love, like you just feel it, like instantly, right? And that came on and my eyes went up, and it was it was like a drug. I don't know. I was like, dude, I love this song, and I put it on repeat all day that day. And my dad got irritated. He came in. He was like, enough already. Turn it off. No more of that song. And so I turned it real down. Put headphones at a headphone plug, and I listened to that song on repeat, obsessively, almost probably unhealthily. Still a great song that when I hear it, instant warmth oozes down like you're taking a shot of good whiskey. Okay, number 2, Thriller. We grew up with Michael Jackson here and there, and but Billie Jean, me and my sister loved Billie Jean, so we're doing as much as we could to find out and get more music. And the Thriller album, oh man, that was a good one. Yeah, Thriller, of course. Yeah, Billie Jean, and was with Paul McCartney. He did the duet. I'm a lover, not a fighter. The Girl Is Mine. PYT, and that album really kind of kicked our interest, our passion for pop and for Michael Jackson to Overdrive. And number 3, Mickey Avalon. So there's probably kind of a lot of, it's more hip hop on here or rap, but Mickey Avalon, my buddy was playing a song of his, Mr. Right, and liked it instantly. It had a really good feel. His West Coast, LA, kind of grungy. It's a little rough, but his style, his sound, very smooth, really great. If you haven't heard him, and if you want like that kind of genre, Mr. Right, I think that's his debut album, and he actually did a concert and went to Anchorage, and even my friend who showed me him didn't want to go. And my biggest regret is me not just going by myself, because I really appreciate his work. And number 4, album Kids. The acronym stands for Kickin' Incredibly Dope Shit by Mac Miller, who recently passed. Probably it's been within the last year, maybe 2 years. And he's a young rapper. When he first came out, my buddy I talked about earlier, he was on him from the beginning. He was like, dude, you need to listen to this kid from Pittsburgh. Like, he's gonna make it. He's gonna be big. He's gonna be the next big thing, man. I'm telling you. And I was like, eh. And I didn't like his sound. I didn't like more so his cadence and delivery, his pace. But he did have that that laid back, old school sound, sampling stuff, and doing a lot of instrumentals. And I was kind of like, yeah, he's got good, I like that genre, but I didn't like him. for the longest time. And he progressed a lot before he passed into different kind of genres, almost jazzy, blues, influential. His music intelligence was out of this world, and he knew so much about every genre, and he had really great knack for sampling amazing artists and music. A lot of oldie stuff too. But anyway, that album, there's a song called The Spins, where he sampled the New York group. I think they're a European group. And when I was going through that album and I heard that song, that was the one that was like, okay, I like this kid. I like Mac Miller. Anyway, there it is. Prompts. Ethan, thanks for your awesome video that got me to look at Chad's video, Yardism. And there you go. There's my ramblings on my questions about music. Alright, you guys, hope you guys are doing well. I love you all. Stay safe, smoke something good, eat something better. I'll catch you later.